Just what I need.
I don't get it. What's got Dame Aylin so down? I, for one, am delighted Leroican got what was coming to him. Believe me, I plan to revel mightily once I've finished with Gortash. Hopefully, Dame Aylin will be back to herself by then, so she can congratulate me on a Merthera well broken. Hey, soldier. Oh, come on. Oh, fine.
One day I'll catch a break.
Aylin left to face that wizard, Leroican, was it? Even after all she's been through, she thinks herself unstoppable, invincible. It all feels like recklessness to me. That's my greatest fear. I wanted to help her, but she said she fights better when she knows I'm safe. I understand, I suppose. I feel the same about her. I'll rest a little easier if you do. You fought well against my father. I imagine a rat like Leroican will be nothing in comparison.
Let's see.
Dame Aylin has little to feel sorry about. Leroican would have inflicted a far worse fate on her, given the chance. We're... I was supposed to sacrifice myself to stop the Absolute. Yeah, I don't think I could have gone through with it, in truth. But I'm glad that I didn't, given what has come to light. The Elder Brain. But, more importantly, the crown that it wore. Even without seeing it for myself, I could sense it. Netherese magic. So pure, so complete. I doubted what I was feeling at first. Most Netherese artifacts contain only the faintest amount of their former power. The ghost of an echo of a memory. That crown was different. I can't fathom how such a wonder survived. Surely everything of its ilk was destroyed along with Netheril itself, but... no matter. It exists. I must learn more of it. We need to learn more about what we saw. An artifact as powerful as that crown must have been documented somewhere. Sorcerer's Sundries is no mere trading post. It's been serving the arcane community for centuries. Their collection of rare tomes is unparalleled. Netherese texts are hardly commonplace, but I'm certain they'll have one or two stashed away. You'll have to forgive my eagerness, but if my suspicions prove to hold water, this could be the answer to all our problems.
Watch your back. At the ready.
On my way.
No one stopped me yet. Moving ahead. I'll give it a shot.
The Annals of Carsus. The preamble to a civilization's downfall, committed to parchment by the very hand that wrought its destruction. The truth of the crown, I hope. All that stands between us and enlightenment is the turn of a page. This isn't what I expected. This is much more. The crown of Carsus. And this is no mere journal. It contains Carsus's original plans for the crown's construction. His designs for godhood. Not exactly. It was what he did with it that sealed his fate, and, for a time, that of magic itself. The crown was merely the means. The book states that the crown and netherstones were originally one construct, seemingly sundered at the moment of Carsus's downfall. If we can collect the crown's setting and the 3 netherstones, and with the correct invocation of certain spells and gestures detailed in these notes, I think I could reforge it. Do not mistake the crown itself for the actions of its wearer, or rather, those controlling its wearer at present. If we could restore its former glory, it would no longer be a mere leash and collar used to subjugate friend or foe. It would be something greater. Something divine. Just think of it. The power of the gods in mortal hands at last would be free of doctrine and dogma, confined only by the limits of our imaginations. I promise you, the gods will never grant us such a blessing, no matter how much we worship and adore them. I don't know. Ao does not look kindly on gods meddling in mortal affairs. She may have no choice but to stand by and let events unfold. Even with the fate of the world at stake, she had little more to offer me than the means of blowing myself up at a more convenient time. She's done nothing to help us. Mistra wanted the brain obliterated because of this crown. She fears a world in which such power is beyond her control, ready to be claimed by Carsus's successor. Neither of us can know what truly may be if we don't at least try. Potential is nothing in itself. Just a fleeting dream unless we drag it into the waking world. Please, at least think on it. Powerful as he was, Carsus lacked some advantages I can lay claim to. I know Mistra intimately, And I carry a fragment of the weave itself within my body. Cast has achieved many things, but he never managed that. Long road lies ahead before the crown comes into our possession. All I ask for now is that you do not dismiss this possibility out of hand. Please, at least think on it. I see. I suppose I am asking you to take a leap of faith even the most loyal of companions might struggle to land gracefully. Spent so long feeling inferior, shut out from my destiny over such a simple act of youthful enthusiasm. Perhaps I got carried away with the thought this crown could give me back what Mystra took. Cure me, even. You're right. There aren't many wizards who'd care to be mentioned in the same breath as him, or his folly. Thank you for letting me read this. At least we can face our enemy armed with the knowledge of its true nature, and of the stakes, should we fail to defeat it.
Been caught trespassing again.
Something's on my mind.
Elminster?
Oh, hello, my boy. No, don't mind me. I'm just enjoying a lungful of Baldurian air. Yes, a distinctive aroma, though perhaps not one worthy of bottling. I hear you've been browsing in the most esteemed of emporiums, sorcerous sundries. Indulge my curiosity. What wonders did you discover there? I trusted he would be sensible enough to exercise caution in this matter and to seek the truth. By now, you are aware of the evil we are up against. Cassos' pestilent crown, the very tool with which its eponymous creator unmade an empire and magic itself. Perhaps now you understand what is at stake here, my boy. Though what Mystra asked of you was extreme, it was not without merit, nor demanded lightly.
What are you saying? Or rather, what are you not saying?
Mystra knows you defied her, Gale. Well, of course she knows. She's Mystra. She bids you come to her holy shrine in the Stormshore Tabernacle. There, she will grant you an audience at last.
Mystra's willing to speak to me again? Was this your doing, Elminster?
She knows what I see in you, just as I know what she sees in you. I was not born an old man. I know all too well what it's like to have a goddess fill your heart with longing. Looking at you is like gazing into a mirror that shows centuries long past.
The past is the past, Elminster. And the future is, well, still to be decided. By me. Not by Mystra.
If there is another way, I trust you can find it. It is not in your nature, or mine, to stop looking, to accept the first answer to any dilemma. Do what you can. Put that mind to work. Trust in yourself. Trust in the weave, if you are willing. Trust in Mystra. There is a conclusion yet to be written in this sorry gale of Waterdeep. And yours is the quill that will write it.
So all it took to get Mystra's attention was to learn how to reforge an artifact that once destroyed her. It's obvious when you stop to think about it. Well, I doubt it's an apology for asking me to die on her behalf. Whatever it is. If it's important enough to send Elminster, we can be damn sure she's serious. This is a conversation that's long overdue on both sides. I owe it to her to hear her out. Come what may afterwards. Mystra's many things, but she's no censor. Her job is not to judge those who use the weave, but to ensure it is protected. Whatever she has to say, I want to hear it. Only then will we know the truth of what lies ahead.
You've been caught trespassing.
With haste.
I've got a long road ahead. Moving in.
We're being too lax right now.
What do you mean?
Refugees, wine festivals, wasting our resources.
Dress up again.
did I mention that I set this entire festival up myself?
How fascinating. Now, I must say, this vintage is...
These barrels aren't light. I'll tell you that for free.
No.
It's up for discussion.
Why, hello there. We were just about to try some of Master Metzley's delightful wines. Would you care to join us?
Oh, they do look ever so tasty.
Ah, Mrs. Highbury, I prefer to conduct tastings individually, so I may assess your palate.
Call me Cora, Master Metzley. And I'm afraid I must insist on their joining us. Wine's no good without company, after all.
No. I must say, if this is a practical joke, it's not very amusing.
Why, a serial killer? Oh, that's terrible. Master Metzley, are you quite all right?
It was perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. You have sullied it with knowledge, made it an unclean sacrifice. I will remember your face, and I will peel it from your skull should you interfere again.
Drunk enough to listen to your prowl. Stealing is the best way to get things for free.
Nothing important is ever easy.
I speak, they burn.
Off to his next victim already. Time to press ahead. I should speak up.
Let's stick to
I still can't believe... Why would anyone want to kill me? Thank you for saving us.
Thank you for saving Cora. Thank you, thank you.
Anything of use?
For decades, all we needed to build the steel watch has been sitting right there.
Here goes nothing.
Gortash is a visual, sure enough.
That orb seems powerful. What can it do once it's extracted?
Nothing good can come of it unless it is contained. Why?
It might be useful. Who knows?
You talk about the honor of your order, but what about my honor? I made a deal.
Stog, if you want to join the Vigilant Knights, you have to quit beating people up.
My sister Gerva has talked me into joining her Holy Helm Order, but I got a job to finish first.
Breaking the knees of debtors for the guild isn't honest work, and you know it. That's why you're giving it up.
But I already took the money for it from Uktar, so I gotta follow through. It's like an oath or something. And I know you understand oaths, Gerva.
What am I going to tell the Vigilant Knights, Doug? That you're knee-breaking for goodness?
See? Look, Gerva, I'll only break his left knee. You can come along and make sure I don't overdo it. For hell, you know?
Moradin stones. I hate this a lot, but you're my only brother after all. Very well. Let's get this over with.
Well, well, look what the bugbear dragged in. Can't believe we both made it to the city, and with our limbs attached. Working. What else? Alan's short on coppers. The counting house is screwing him over. He was willing to hire anyone who'd work for cheap. And I'm nothing if not cheap. You too good looking. Now get out of here. Can't be acting all soppy in front of the customers.
I wonder if this was brewed with my barley. Another. Should I have another? Oh, he'll need to preserve me. I need the courage. No, I guess I've had enough. The brewer who made this beer used to buy all of our barley. But that's over now. Left the crops standing in the fields when we ran from the Absolute Army. Gone. All gone. Oh, if it were only me, it wouldn't be so bad. But I've got mouths to feed. Family's upstairs, exhausted. I'm Des Canshaw, with a wife, 2 kids, and another on the way. Oldest boy, Corson. He means well, but he eats as much as the rest of us put together. I have to find him a place here. A fancy feller called Three-Piece wants to place Corson as a cleaner in the counting house. But I don't trust him. Maybe I should just join the Flaming Fist and take the signing bonus. What else can I do? Ah, that's a solid tip. Could work out for a gentle kid like Corson. Thanks, stranger. You helped settle my mind. Thanks are all I have to offer, though. Mail meter bleed for you. If this was brewed with my barley.
Damn rats. Oi, you! I thought I asked you to clean the rats out of this cellar yesterday already. Hop to it! Get in there! No, I need them rats taken care of. Here's the deal. I'll keep a lookout for murderers. You murder the rats. Business today. Some customers know there's a war on.
But that's twice what we just...
A magic touch.
I love chopping things up. Who doesn't?
Looking ahead.
Look at
Cursed to put my hands on everything.
lying around, you furry chunkers.
Battle of wits.
I will ascend. You bow, or you break. Sometimes the only way out is through. Let's get this over with.
Mutilate them. Death is but a word away.
I will ascend. Let's see what this does.
Lots of bread, actually, and only a day or two old.
Battle has taken its toll. I should rest.
Never goes off.
I know quick words.
Then consider it yours, love.
You kill the rats, yes?
I heard commotion in the cellar.
Good. Perfect. Here, you take this. And do not worry. Chef Revere's eyes will be kept most peeled for murderous knaves. Start the sturge fricassee, I guess.
What path lies before me?
Tell me, lays out.
You don't want
Your home realm intrigues me.
Githyanki lay their eggs on other planes. They cannot mature in the astral. I will only be welcomed when... Head.
It's a shame. Edvard used to do such a...
Ending was atrocity of the Absolute. As the Absolute's forces talk ever close. Take solace.
Soon, the cycle will reach its zenith. Should you want it to, or otherwise?
And then what happens?
It's been some time since I stood before.
Greetings, child of faith. Be welcome to the Stormshore Tabernacle. You have come far, I perceive. How may I serve you this day? I am Vicar Humbletoes, guardian of the Stormshore Tabernacle. I keep the peace in this sacred place and guide those in need. Of course, my child. Within limits. Behold my wares.
she stands, just as Elminster promised. Mystra, goddess of the weave, mother of all magic.
The old man wasn't lying. She's opened the summoning channel. Can't you feel it?
Gale's right. The very air around the statue crackles with magic, as though the weave itself were coursing beneath her stony skin.
A stream of pure, undiluted weave. I only have to reach out, and it will carry me to Mystra, wherever she may be.
Well, go on then. It's rude to keep a goddess waiting.
Time was, I'd have given my right arm for a chance to speak with Mystra again. The left one, too. Maybe a knee. Not the message one hopes to receive from a past lover. But her first love was always the weave. At best, I was a close second. When I pictured this moment, I thought I'd feel more in control. Yet, here I am, with palms sweatier than a bugbear's armpit. I always wonder what being nervous would feel like. I hate it. No doubt you yourself have sought Mystra's wisdom from time to time. But to not only receive her blessings, but her love. It was intoxicating. An experience beyond expression. During my time locked away in Waterdeep, I prepared a quite comprehensive speech for her on the subject of our former relationship and the manner in which it ended. Alas, recent events have rendered the majority of it moot, so I'm going to have to improvise. Unless you have any words of wisdom to impart before I go. You'd make a fine three-dragon anti-player, you know? I think it's best I keep a cool head going into this. Approach it like a particularly high-risk round of three-dragon ante. I'll let Mystra show her flight, and then I can see how strong a chance we stand of winning the gambit. I'll only be gone for a matter of moments. The Outer Planes experience time quite differently to our own. Wait for me. Please.
Gale of Waterdeep. You look well.
As do you. But I assume we're not here solely to exchange compliments. So why am I here?
You discovered what lies at the heart of the Absolute, the crown of Karsus. And you disobeyed my instruction. Why?
Because you had no right to ask that of me. You cast me out. Remember?
You were my lover, my chosen. Yet still you know so little of me. The past cannot be undone with self-pity, nor can a future be forged. Only with the truth will you see the way ahead. The fragment of magic you tried to return to me was not of my creation. It was the Karsite weave. It is a corrupted, half-born magic, wrought in the brief moment Karsus ascended to godhood. It hungers for power, just as he did, and it can never be sated. You unleashed something that would consume all magic in existence, and yet you thought only of preserving yourself.
So that's what you're scared of. With the crown of Karsus reforged, I could take control of the Karsite weave.
You can no more control the Karsite weave than a weather vane could control a storm. That it entered your body and consumed no more than your powers was a miracle. but we will not be granted another. The only reason the orb sleeps is because I have allowed it to feed on the true weave. A temporary measure, but one that will not be enough to save us. With each day that passes, the Elder Brain threatens to become a new kind of god. Its worshippers, a scourge of soulless illithids. If you will not use the orb to end this abomination, then you must find a way to separate crown and host. When you've done this, you must surrender the crown of Karsus to me.
A great ask indeed. You've given me much to think on, as you always did.
So be it. Follow the needle of your own wisdom. We shall see how truly it leads you.
Back on mortal soil once more. I can't believe I saw it. After all this time. Relieved. Drained. Proud of myself for summoning the courage to go to her in the first place. And, if I'm being totally honest, a bit lightheaded. As if it wasn't enough to have seen her again. She didn't exactly summon me there for small talk. The Karsite weave. Within me this whole time. I knew the orb was no ordinary ball of magic before it to be Karsus's malignant creation. Gods! How did I not see that? True enough. There's a reason such unwitting heroes have been the backbone of lyric and legend for as long as both have existed. Even so, I was hardly some naive apprentice at the time. I considered myself an archmage, and yet was fool enough to be mistaken for a common conjurer. At least now I'm armed with the truth, and Mistra's expectations. Sounds like the door to redemption is open at last. All I have to do is walk through it, carrying the crown of Karsus. Perhaps. I see few other options open to me. If I ever want to reclaim those parts of myself the orb snatched away. If I ever want to be me again. I'll have to disagree with you there. Having not one, but two parasitic entities within your body does very little for one's faith in one's personality. Still, I should take the compliment with the same generosity it was given, so thank you. If I could promise you one thing in return for your faith in me, it's this. I will use everything in my power to ensure we defeat this evil. I will not let you down. Now, I believe we've a date with an Elder Brain to get to. Shall we?
You see an altar dedicated to Selûne. An inscription reads, "Let all who worship the changing tides of life and knowledge feel the blessings of Selûne. Trust in the purity of my light. See the constancy in its inconstancy, and you will be guided aright. Goddess of the moon and stars, her words and light have long helped wanderers to find their way. Perhaps it could help you too." Your offering is accepted, but more evidence of devotion is required.
What's on your mind? I question the wisdom of that decision, but so I'll be...
Wow. So that was Mistra. Pretty spectacular stuff. But I think Gale was right not to agree to do her bidding, no questions asked. I respect the gods, but they don't always understand what they're asking of us. Maybe immortality makes it hard to know what it's like to be one of us piggies. Proud of Gale, though. It takes some man to hold his own in front of the divine. Hell yes.
The citizen is unconscious and won't be waking up anytime soon.
Standard procedure. Gortash just wants to make sure that there's no misinformation.
The truth is the truth. We trust our readers to make up their own minds.
Well, well, if it isn't the city's next celebrity. You star in our next edition's top story. Estra deals with the personal interviews and fluff pieces. I deal with the truth. And the truth is, you're a damned menace. I've never heard so much violence against innocent circus freaks before. The truth will be out with tomorrow's broadsheet. People will spit in your face. Your very presence will be bad for business. You'll be a pariah, an outcast, as you should be. And then, we can only hope the fist do their duty and escort you to the gallows. Your days of scumming up this good city streets will be over. I'm not afraid of you. Lord Gortash is a passionate champion of the journalistic arts. Attack me, and you face the Steel Watch. The headlines are loaded into the print works already. Tomorrow, you will feel the power of free speech. Vox Populi, Vox Dei. Now, guards! I believe our distinguished guest was just leaving. Would you care to escort them out?
I keep telling you animals, if you want to buy a gazette, talk to the loud little shit screaming headlines. I deliver the papers. I do not sell them.
156, 157, 15. Oh, sorry, can't chat. 15. Shit! Where was I up to? Oh, thank Corellin. You're a lifesaver. 158, 159. Watch yourself in there. Sarky bastards, these writer types.
I just packed the papers. If you've got a complaint, editor's inside.
The hostel's up that way. You won't find better around here, unless you can pay for it.
Baldur's Gate's never going to be safe with the Absolute out there. Why would the Gazette lie to an entire city?
Once the washing is finished, you can play all you like.
Why would they go to all that effort just to lie to us?
It's obvious, isn't it? To placate us, to keep us all nice and obedient.
Do you really think you can take all of us at once?
Certain Figaro's is in this part of town.
I wouldn't say I'm certain, just optimistic.
We're lost, aren't we?
The corpse regards you lifelessly.
Bastard dwarf red shirt. Limbs locked up, then hand cut off. Making me soup ruined now. Feeding barracks.
The corpse remains silent. It does not know. the spell's power wanes. You can ask no more questions.
Shouldn't go wandering in dark alleys. Very dangerous hobby. Gets people killed.
On the half-orc's finger, you notice an unusual ring. Heavy and with a strange symbol carved on its surface.
Scurry away, good book, before I crush you.
You recall seeing this symbol on crates marked for Nine Fingers Keen, leader of the guild. The thug works for her.
Oi! Stop staring. Start walking. Last chance. You're here to see Nine Fingers? She didn't tell me. Always don't let anyone through, Tuscron. Never here's a list of special guests. Confusing. Come, I'll take you to the guild hall. Nine Fingers is inside. In you go, before I change my mind.
Oh, you rancid bastard. See? Mine's fresh.
Welcome to the Guildhall, Faerun's finest festo. As long as you're not sober.
Or able to smell.
Come on, another! Wow.
All on the same side.
Wow, look who it is! Glad to see you in the city. Hope you found plenty of coin in Ketheric's coffers. Ready to do some business? I survived the hells when Elturel fell. Compared to that, slipping out of Moonrise was child's play. Sure is. We work for Fetcher, handling what you might call pre-owned goods. Talk to Sticky. He'll cut you a deal. Ready to do some business? Oh, I've got a few ideas. I'll be running this whole place in no time.
Don't bug me. I'm making plans. Big plans, see?
Fetcher isn't himself, so I'm running the shop. You buying or selling? Let's just say the previous owners no longer have a use for them. Got me? See anything you like? Fetcher isn't himself, so I'm running the shop. You buying or selling? Sometimes stuff we...
Thanks, but no thanks.
I'm sorry, sweetie pie. I don't do requests. But toss me a few coppers, and I'll shoot you a saucy wink across the bar. I could smell the good taste on you the moment you walked over here. Maybe I'll even throw in that saucy wink for free.
Before you ask, I ain't got none of that plum Prosecco. Now, what can I get you, newcomer? Around here, silence is golden, mate. Best remember that. Now, what can I get you?
It's an orphanage, Ukta. What would you have me do? Seize their toys as payment?
Well, they failed to pay tribute. We should withdraw our protection, at the very least.
And cede more ground to the Stone Lord? You're not suggesting I yield a single inch of the city, my city, to this cult?
We already look weak. If you're seen to be forgiving debts...
I didn't say forgive. Seize the building. Are many children old enough? If they protect what's mine, we'll consider that a start on what's owed.
Yes, Guildmaster. Excuse me? This is a private council.
Keep your underpants clean, Ukta. We're playing host to a hero. You recall our reports of Ketheric Thorm, General of the Absolute, Champion of Merkel, unkillable Tyrant of Moonrise. Meet the one who killed him. Whichever one gives you the most comfort. The Guild is this city's first and last line of defense. It's only natural that we watch the gates for anyone interesting. I'd say you qualify. I already know the one thing about you that I need to. You've crossed paths with the cult's leadership before, and you're still standing. I mean to burn the Absolute from the face of my city. So if you mean to help, congratulations. We just became the best of friends. Knowing what I know usually comes at a cost. But let's say we'll put it on your tab. The leader of some new crew that's intent on paining my arse. If he was just another upstart who didn't like paying guild dues, fair enough. But he and his crew make no demands. Leave no survivors to pass on a message. All I know is that on every scrap of ground he takes from me, the cult of the Absolute soon starts sprouting. Doesn't matter. Whatever god the prick prays to, I'll send him to meet it soon enough. We don't. The Zentarim work for me. Time was I'd charge the bastards double if I let them into my hall at all, but times change. The Guild is many things, but it's not an army. If the Absolute keeps pushing in on our territory, then I need a little weight to push back. Simple enough. After Jaheira warned me and then disappeared, I went nosing into the cult for myself. I could bore you with the details. How I found evidence of Gortash's projects, traced him to Orin the Red, and made a safe bet there was some dried-out old necromancer to round out the three. Because it's always the dead, bloody three. Has been half-gods who can't help but make their irrelevance everyone else's problem. Oh. You've got some juicy little tidbit I haven't heard yet. Right. Well, war to be fought. Do you need anything else? Oh. Did you enjoy the encounter? I have no doubt you gave them a good talking to. The rats usually keep a lid on their nastier notions, but with the Stone Lord business distracting me, some are starting to test the leash. All the more reason to be rid of the cult quickly, so I can remind my crews it's not a leash round their necks if they cross me. It's a noose. I was planning to soften you up a bit first, but... straight to business then. You've been seen with a certain Harper. Grey of hair, somewhat spiky of manner. Direct. Fair enough. I need to speak with her. She's still getting the lay of the land, I expect. I have information that might help with that. So, remind her to pay an old friend a visit, would you? Until then.
What's on your mind? Sounds boring. Ah.
Far from me to judge Gale for playing coy with Mistra, but I will not be cleaning up whatever mess she makes of him for it. Ah. I know what she speaks of. I need, information from her. And a pardon from you. For I have not been overly generous with the truth. Tell me, what do you know of a man named Minsk of Rashiman?
Your ruined brain lurches, and bilious intestines squirm. A hero, an enemy most foul.
Or a stalwart friend to one? That depends entirely on the Ballspawn. Minsk is an old friend. Perhaps my oldest. We fought at one another's backs, times beyond counting. And the last time I saw him, I left him to die. Before we ever heard of this Absolute, we received word of a gathering in the Undercity. What we found was the first dark seed of this plot. A circle of cultists with mind flayers in their midst. We might have ended it there, cut off at the root, but before I could send for help, Minsk charged in alone. It was chaos. He was overrun, dragged down beneath a mass of tentacles. I had a choice. Stay and let word of this cult die with us, or leave him and live to fight another day. The world takes much from those who presume to defend it. But sometimes, you get to take it back. So don't be sorry, because I mean to use you, if you're willing. Infection, indoctrination, eradication. That has been the fate of everyone the cult has captured so far. But it has not been yours. With your help, perhaps it need not be Minsk's either. As simply as that? For no other reason than that I asked? Perhaps you two will get along. Oh, the point is moot without the means to find him. Without the Harpers, we shall have to find another path. Nine Fingers King controls the guild, which in turn controls every criminal racket from Heapside to the High Hall. Nothing happens in this city that she doesn't hear of, sooner or later. How hospitable she will be to a Harper that comes begging to her guild hall, we will find out. Perhaps I will let you do the talking. As you wish.
You owe me a gold piece, grandmother. When I heard you died out in the wilderness, I made an offering at Kellenvor's well.
Of gold? Oh, I did not know I meant so much to you, Guildmaster.
No, I'm terribly sentimental. Case in point, I've just let a Harper walk through my guild hall, noticeably unholed. Because I'm curious about why you're here and who it is you've brought with you. Thinking about moving in? I have some lovely lightless cells I could show you.
We won't tax your hospitality too long, Nine Fingers. I'm searching for Minsk of Rashomon.
A big name, that. Such information does not come cheap, High Harper. Not in normal times. Of course. Seeing as these are not normal times and we're all such good friends, I'll do better than tell you where he is. I'm bringing him here as we speak. Or parts of him, at least. I gave no orders about the condition of his corpse.
What treachery is this, Nine Fingers? Have you thrown in with the Absolute too?
Against my own city? Careful. You're in very real danger of hurting my feelings. It's Minsk who's found his faith with Faerun's newest god. And a new name with it. The Stone Lord.
Lies.
Exactly the one. Guild crews may be prone to exaggeration, but not in this case. In his short reign, the Stone Lord and his crew have earned a reputation. Pure brutality. No survivors. And where he mows my people down, this right little cult takes root. But not for much longer. We have word on where he plans to hit next. And he'll find us ready to hit back this time.
Nine Fingers. Estelle. Call off your ambush, tell us where he is, and we'll handle this.
We? I heard what happened to your Harpers, Jaheira. I'm sorry, but this fight's too big for you alone. If you're half the friend you're posing as, you'll tell her that her part in this is done. The Stone Lord's fate is sealed. We have a bigger war to fight. I'd rather turn our talk to that, but if you need a moment, Jaheira, well, you've earned that much. My guild hall is open to you. Have a drink, Jaheira. Have a rest. Just leave well enough alone. It would be a shame for the city to lose 2 of its heroes in one day.
You are not known to me. For supplies, seek the bugbear. To trade trinkets, the fetcher's brats. I am Ukta, duly elected guild bursar, and I will not have my time wasted.
Oh, is that what Nine Fingers was doing earlier? Wasting guild time with this Stone Lord business?
You might say so. I could not possibly comment.
I sense there is no love lost between the two of you.
I need not love to serve. You have a point you wish to make? I have not come so far by indulging in petty disputes. But I am open to transactions of mutual benefit. I am interested in gaining access to vaults beneath the counting house. I'd pay well for keys to those vaults, provided said vaults are not emptied prematurely, of course. I suspect that what you seek might also be found beneath the counting house. I tell you this only as a matter of mutual interest.
She plans to ambush Minsk at the counting house. But what the hells would he want there?
What you do with that information is a matter for yourself. Now, back to the vault keys. Do we have business to conduct? Until you do, then.
No one to threaten, no one to intimidate. Waste of a good alley.
Would you throw it at a steel watcher? You don't have the puppies.
So what exactly?
Please, it's history!
What's that?
Flour. 9 whole sacks.
Just discussing the weather, dearie. Nothing of interest to you.
Plenty to do and see in the gate. No need to barge in our private chat.
Oh, please.
Just when I think we've seen the ugliest things yet.
On the hunt.
Move.
Make it hurt.
Thank you for cutting those creatures down, truly. Gods know what would have happened if you weren't here.
That's the stench of a sea devil, all right. Rare to see them here, though.
That should more than suffice.
Oh, God!
Will cure you of your pestilence. You have my word. Behold, this tree is plagued by pestilence, yet refuses to die. The goddess Shantia wishes me to save it. I can feel it.
Set into the mansion's faded exterior, you see the faintest outline of a door. An entrance designed to provide the utmost discretion. The door pulses with a heavy, melancholic magic. Whatever lies behind it concerns the living and the dead. You sense it waits for the right words. It requires permission to open. The door does not stir. It will not answer to the cult's demands. Lord Gortash's name opens many doors, but it does not open this one. Whatever this door is waiting to hear, it is not the name of some ancient tableware. Nothing responds within. It is silent as the grave.
Shantia, bless these roots.
Don't disobey. You are under my compulsion, Spectre.
With a flick of the wrist. Swift as my feet can carry me.
You do not have an appointment. What possible reason could you have to enter the presence of Mystic Carrion? I am not. I am a spirit medium. One capable of bridging the void between the living and the unliving, this plane and the next. You do not possess the aptitude to attempt such a journey. Nor are you the caliber of client I would usually offer to escort. Is that so? Yes, I see. A brief and superficial incantation cast by only the crudest of magicians. No customer of mine would ever settle for such parlor tricks, nor would they pay for them. If that is the sum of your curiosity, then I'm afraid we have nothing more to discuss. In this life, at least. Unless, of course, you are looking for a job. Yes. My spirits stir. They think you might be capable. Very well. You may help me with a small matter. I have an assistant, Thrumbo. A conduit I used to maintain my connections with the ethereal plane. Unfortunately, he has deserted his duties. He has not gone far, but given the sensitivity of his nature, I would prefer that he is not free to roam the city. Return Thrumbo's body to me, and I will see that you are suitably compensated. It's quite simple. He resented having to work for a living. The undead can be rather lazy in that regard. He was always a simple, contented creature, a beggar to the bone. Perhaps he has forgotten how ungenerous the world can be, or simply prefers to live in the gutter. If he does not value the gift I gave in reanimating that wretched flesh of his, then I will take it back. It is my property, not his. Had I thought you were the type to shout his name from the rooftops, I would never have offered you the job. Thrumbo is not alone in his ingratitude. He has led others in my service astray. 3 of them. Beggars and zombies alike. The others lack even Thrumbo's modicum of intelligence. It should be no great task to wring his location from one of them. Then, with the spirits herein our witnesses, the arrangement is made. They will follow your progress with great interest. As will I.
I have something to ask.
Not food, client.
You are under my control.
Don't be such a heartless bastard.
I'm not. I just don't.
Faces, hands, and eyebrows. How do we protect them?
Watch for wind direction. Put on your gloves. And a light at arm's length.
Very good. And what does Uncle Falogir always say?
Once it's lit, you commit.
Excellent! Now remember, Falogir's Fireworks accepts no liability for singed nails, toasted eyelashes, loss of limbs, scalded torsos, or blown off heads. Now, you there. What can I do for you?
You feel an all too familiar squirm in the recesses of your mind. He has a tadpole.
Aha! A fellow friend of Gortash. Praise the Absolute. I have a special sample, available just for you, if you wish. Heavens no. I'm just the humble proprietor, Avery Sunshall, at your service. Descendant of the great Philogia Sunshall. Well, you can call me Philogia if you like. Help spread the brand, see? Oh, we trade in all sorts. Anything that can be lit, flamed, or fired up. Smoke powder is a beautiful mistress. She will not be limited to one form, and she is quite malleable in the right hands. What are you really asking, friend of Gortash? This one will be very useful against any and all enemies of Gortash. Be sure to be clear of its explosion area. Please enjoy responsibly, and nowhere near this establishment. Is there anything else I can do for you? Browse responsibly now. And for God's sake, have a little discretion.
Steady at the mark.
Employees only past this point. You want to buy something? Talk to Mr. Sunshall.
Gonna need to change out this barrel, see?
Where's an apprentice when you need? Have you tried? Or perhaps the delicate simplicity of a perfect... Of course! Browse responsibly now. Remember...
Pipes are looking a little rusted. Are we scheduled for maintenance?
Can't afford a failure on a critical pipe.
Won't blow us up.
Gonna need a family no matter what.
Shauntia, bless these roots.
Pressure steady. Are we at temperature yet?
Maintaining temperature. Steady at the mark.
Keep your distance, darling.
Walking funny isn't a crime.
Easy.
This guard caught you picking a lock. Perhaps you'd like to try the lock of your very own cell. They believe you.
Can't afford a failure on a critical pipe.
Not critical, just a bastard if it breaks. Won't go happen.
These boots have seen everything.
Supposed to be a bar. You do well to buy charm.
Imagine what it's done to the house prices.
Oh, I'd never let the kids play out in
I knew
the
I should have
street
done this
there.
before I got here. Lord Gortash needs to send the steerage through here. Mop up all this riffraff. 30 in that pouch. Think you could manage?
Better not be cursed.
18, no, 17. Wait.
You have the natural elegance of a dark.
Seems like a good moment to talk.
With a half-elf, yes. Client, maybe?
Welcome to the counting house. I'm head clerk Mead, honey. How may the Fellowship of Financiers serve you?
You seem a little nervous, Sir Meat Honey. Had some difficult customers today? One in particular calling himself the Stone Lord, perhaps.
The who? The what? All right, fine. The head banker may have just taken a customer by that name down to the vaults. Rather large, rather heavily armed, which is against regulations. But I'm sure the head banker knows what he is doing.
I assure you, he does not. You are right to be nervous. But let us pass, and all will be well.
Well, who is this Stone Lord to you? That would be most unusual. But then, so is our visitor.
That he is. But don't worry. We can handle him.
Very well. Show the guards this temporary vault pass, and should my superior ask, keep my name out of it.
Account holders only from here. Vault pass? Right. Descend and know. Upon entering the vaults, you forego the protection of city and church law alike. Which is to say, keep to your own vault and you'll be fine.
What do you mean?
Mark the notice in the barracks, bud. The anti-magic one is Banjax. Striking up, man.
Days like this almost make me miss the merchant. Just need to see your vault pass, please. What's in order? Blessed day to you.
Smite them all.
I didn't get his letter of credit.
Trust no one. Simple. How about this? Let's go.
Still breathing, despite everything. Walk in death.
For current door codes, please refer to the head banker's office. Highest security clearance only.
Someone there? Step lightly.
Best get going.
What now?
What to do?
Close.
Still alive, so that's progress.
Hello.
Shouldn't have wished to live in more interesting times.
Careful. Alright. Moving.
All right, what now? Action, not reaction. Never a dull moment.
Delicious.
Let us show them how it's done. Haven't sprouted roots just yet.
All's well that ends not as bad as it could have.
Assume nothing. Action, not reaction.
Just a little further. Still in control. Just.
It's still moving.
Hush your fussing. Nine Fingers had this one made especially. A little mouthful will barely slow it down.
But the stories...
Stories. Tall tales and big names, lad. Don't let them fool you. Elminster the Archmage. Drist the Drow Exile. Heroes have power, aye, but not half so much as we do. A little coin into the right purse. A soft word in the right ear. It's not glory that spins these plains, lad. It's gold. See? Now.
Moradin's cracked clay.
There is no gold in here! If there is one thing Minsk hates more than beasts with bad breath, it is those who are tricksome with the truth. And turnips. But you are no turnip. Let that be of comfort in your final moments.
That's the Minsk Jahira's been searching for. Good gods.
You. The Absolute has shown me your face, villain. I will beat it into a more pleasing shape!
Enough play, Stone Lord. The Absolute has other plans for this one. Nine Fingers set a poor trap, little banker. Let the Absolute's faithful show you how it is done. Now come, Stone Lord. We have the gold, and the Absolute has need of it elsewhere.
As you say, Jahira.
On my way.
Taking position.
Oak Father, ease my way.
I won't give in.
On the way. Incoming!
Will not know failure.
I go hunting.
Survival is all that matters.
Be quick.
No time to rest. What's inside?
Edges.
Breathe deep and move.
You can tell Nine Fingers this was not my fault. She swore that mimic could swallow a bloody owlbear. Wait. You're no guild sworn. Who are you? You're missing your motley, Jester. We softened our defenses to lure that bastard in. Nine Fingers wants the Stone Lord dead. With what he cleared from our vaults, he's got enough gold to make himself a lord in truth.
And he wouldn't even know what to spend it on. It's the cult that needs that money. Why?
You think anyone told me? Nine Fingers sent word the Stone Lord was going to try his luck on our vaults. So she told me to cooperate, lure him in. Yes, sir, Stone Lord, sir. Shall we open the account in your name or the Absolute's? Just step this way to your special deposit box. Don't mind the teeth. No one mentioned he might have some old crone dropping in as backup.
Crone?
Look, I just mean to say, we both want him caught. If you've got your sights set on the Stone Lord, anyway. As chairman of the Fellowship of Financiers, I can assure you we'd reward you well for the return of the coin he took. Not for us, you understand. For the common Baldurian. Who knows what he's planning to do with it? Try all of it? Every penny of civilian lodgings, anyway. I mean, not like we'd lead him into the private vaults, but still. A lot of Baldurians waking up poor tomorrow. What he can do with that kind of coin doesn't bear thinking about. Compassion for your fellow folk? Or maybe just good sense? That much money only paints a target on your back. In our hands, it keeps the city ticking over. Stock in merchant stalls, food in hungry bellies. Retrieve the coin, and I'll make sure you are well rewarded. There's treasures greater than gold. Feel free to poke around this place and it'll help you pick up the Stone Lord's scent. Me, I've got ledgers to amend. Wait a minute, though. I could shift next year's interest.
My prayers weren't much bloody use.
Bloody better not be coming out of my wages.
Ah, ally mine. We are reunited once more.
I was just regaling sweet Isabel with tales of our prowess.
Very impressive. Thank you for helping Aelin. That wizard sounded absolutely dastardly.
I always do, with darling Isabel by my side. Enjoy the spoils of your victory. Spin memories of Leroican's death in your mind like silk floss. My darling, we must inform our friend of our news.
Indeed. I've scouted a Selûnite enclave outside the city. They faced the Absolute's armies and come out battered and bruised. Aelin and I will go to them, provide what help we can.
But fear not. When the time comes for you to face the foe of foes, Isabel and I will stand by your side.
We wouldn't miss it. Not for anything.
Go well, friend. We will see you soon. And with our great powers combined, this city will be saved.
I grow tired of these false faces. Every corner we turn, another. And now it is my face they use to turn Minsk against us. I am sorry, but I am just tired. It is some defect of the mind, I think, to stubbornly insist you are following the light, even as you blunder through the darkness. Or perhaps the defect is mine. When I left Minsk to this fate, I believed I had no choice. I believe it still. We were ignorant of our enemy, unarmed against the cult. I made the right decision, but I do not like how easily I made it. Minsk would have never left me behind, no matter what happened. That is his problem entire. The past century left Minsk unchanged. And so he believes the world has never changed, that I have not. You saw the fool, hanging on the doppelganger's every word for no other reason than it wears my face. No. But snotting into my sleeve while there is still work to do is. Come then. We need a lead on where these shapeshifters have fled to. Let's see what hints they left behind in the vault.
Here we go.